Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us for our Stansted Airport College Open event. I'm Leanne, I work for marketing and I'll be overseeing this open event today, and also in the background is my colleague Jasmine who will be helping me with that. Delivering the first part of your open event today will be our engineering team. So how this webinar will work is our presenters will share their information with you. They can't see you, but you should be able to see them alongside any information they wish to share on screen. Our presenters and other attendees can't hear you. However, you will be able to ask questions throughout the webinar using the Q&A feature. If you're using a computer, this will be at the bottom of your screen. If you're using a mobile device, tap the screen and this will appear at the top. Someone will either answer your questions live or answer it on the Q&A feed. Ask your questions as we go along, and we will save some time at the end of the subject presentations to answer as many as we can live. Please be aware that your name will appear next to your question, but you can click Ask Anonymously. We are recording this webinar and you will receive an email with a link to the recording. This will also be available on the Stansted Airport College website. I'm now going to hand you over to our Head of College, Wendy, for our engineering event. Don't forget to send in your questions using the Q&A feature.
Welcome to our Stansted Airport College virtual open event. Thank you very much for taking the time to join us this evening. Throughout the course of the evening, I'll be reviewing a number of the programmes that we have on offer here at Stansted Airport College. And we'll be starting with our aircraft engineering programmes. I would firstly like to virtually introduce you to Jenny, who is the engineering manager, and she will be answering your questions in the background via the Q&A feature. Next slide, please, Leanne. Here at Stansted Airport College, we truly focus on careers and not just courses. All of our programmes are designed in partnership with our business partners, ensuring that trainees develop the work-ready skills that they need for a long and sustainable career within the industry. Next slide, please. For the next 20 minutes or so, I'll be talking to you about some of the engineering and aircraft maintenance programmes that we have on offer. We'll then be moving on to talk about aviation and hospitality programmes. So if you are interested in any of our other areas, please do stay on the webinar. Next slide, please. Outlined here are just a selection of the fantastic careers that our young trainees can progress into on completion of their study programmes with us. The knowledge and skills that they learn really does open a huge number of doors for them to a very exciting, long and sustainable career. Next slide, please. We have a range of different courses on offer, and the course that is right for you will be dependent on your career aspirations and your individual needs. Firstly, I'd like to talk to you about our Level 2 pre-apprenticeship programme in aeronautical engineering. This is a one-year programme and is most suitable for those individuals that are seeking an apprenticeship. We've had a huge amount of success for our trainees on this programme, and in recent years, trainees have moved into apprenticeships with Ryanair, TUI, InFlight, GT Engines, Storm Aviation, Titan Airways, and many, many more high-profile international and global companies. This is a practical-based qualification, and the qualification has been developed and designed in partnership with employers. So we can ensure that the skills that you develop are exactly what the employers are looking for, which puts you in a great position when you go for an interview to try to secure an apprenticeship. The qualification will consist of 9 substantial practical tasks. These include sheet metal work, where you may be bending and folding sheet metal, riveting, wire locking. There's also mechanical assembly and disassemble tasks, where you'll be inspecting and testing an engine, and then basic electrical and wiring activities that enable you to develop the use of hand skills and have a good understanding of wiring diagrams, so that when you progress onto an apprenticeship, you already have the underpinning foundation skills that will ensure you'll be successful. The tasks that we do deliver really do bring to life the day-to-day role that you will experience once you enter the aircraft hangar environment. And also watch this space, because we're currently in talks with a private training provider regarding offering ground training for private pilot's licence as additionality to their main programme. And this would be at a significantly reduced cost to what you would find with other training providers. If individuals are unsuccessful in securing an apprenticeship after their first year studying on the pre-apprenticeship programme, they are able to progress on to the level 3 programme whilst they continue to source an apprenticeship. If they're then successful, it's very simple for us to transfer individuals across to the apprenticeship programme, either at the end of their course or mid-programme. Moving on to our level 3 qualification, we offer a level 3 extended diploma in aeronautical engineering, and this is the equivalent of 3 A-levels. Therefore, individuals will be able to progress on to university and study degrees in aeronautical engineering, and maybe pilot studies, and a range of other courses, specifically focused around aircraft design or looking at the structural elements of engineering. This course is primarily theory-based. Although there is some practical work, the majority of work and study is done in the classroom. Learners will start off with completing the 1-year foundation diploma, and this develops a basic underpinning in engineering knowledge, such as maths, science, engineering design, and electronics. When providing individuals are successful on this programme, they will then move to the 2nd year of the programme, which is the full extended diploma. And this is where they start to study the specialist units such as theory of flight, airframe and structures, aircraft engines, aerodynamics and design, just to mention a few. Finally, we also offer a level 3 apprenticeship as an aircraft maintenance fitter. And I'll come on to talk about this programme in more detail later on in the presentation. Next slide, please. So to give you an insight into a typical day at Stansted Airport College, individuals will attend approximately 3 days a week in college, and there'll be an expectation that additional assignment work, coursework and research is completed on their additional days independently at home. Depending on the programme that you are studying will depend whether you spend the majority of your time in one of our exciting collaborative and interactive classrooms, or whether you spend the majority of your day in the workshop or our hangar-based environment. We operate an early and late shift pattern, and although there's only a slight deviation in the start and finish times, it does give individuals the opportunity to set alarms at different times and also plan different transport routes to enable them to effectively manage their time and be prepared for working in a 24/7 operation that they often find once they move into the workplace. For individuals that don't successfully pass their English and maths at grade 4 or higher, will be required to resit these throughout the course of their programme. Therefore, there may be additional classes in addition to the 3 days that they're typically in college. Individuals may also be involved in inspecting or maintaining our Bombardier Challenger aircraft throughout the course of their programme. And the sessions will be delivered by our highly trained and experienced teachers. There is an expectation that individuals will study at home, and again, depending on the programme that you're studying, will depend on the volume of work that you have to undertake at home. On our level 3 programme, there is significantly greater level of coursework than would be found on our level 2 programme. Next slide, please. One of the things that makes our study programme so unique is the amount of work-related learning that our learners are exposed to. They will have the opportunity to go on a number of trips, for example, to tours of private hangars. Most recently, individuals have toured the Ryanair hangar to view their 737 aircraft. We also have a number of guest speakers attending the college, and they deliver masterclasses from CV writing workshops to technical demonstrations. And we have our industry experts, or our teachers that are all industry experts, and they bring a wealth of knowledge and stories direct from the workplace that can really bring your learning to life. Individuals will have the opportunity to get involved in programs and projects throughout the course of their studies. Most recently, some of our learners have been involved in a build a plane project, and they're very close to actually completing that project and us having a fully operating flying aircraft designed by the learners and built by the learners. The learning is designed to replicate the workplace, from the task that they will complete to the tool control systems that they use. We really are preparing young people for the workplace or for university. Next slide, please. We are an Apple Distinguished College, meaning we are recognised for our excellence in delivering and developing digital skills. All of our classrooms are fully equipped with learning-focused technology, such as Apple TVs. This enables our learners and staff to deliver presentations via their iPads. Each student is provided with an iPad to aid their learning in class and continue with their learning at home. This means that learners are able to access learning whenever and wherever they want. Our hangar-style workshop replicates the workplaces of our partner employers and is packed full with specialist technology, specifically relating to aircraft engineering. All of our pre-apprentices will also benefit from using our online portfolio system. So all their evidence and work will be collated in one safe and secure place. And we really do work hard to develop the digital skills of the future. Next slide, please. Here are just a few images outlining and sharing some of the work that our young trainees do. I think in the top corner there, we have some of our trainees completing a landing gear inspection on our Bombardier Challenger aircraft. Next slide, please. The course cost will depend on the course option that you choose, but here's a summary of some of the costs that you may experience. Pre-apprentices will require a workshop uniform, and this can be sourced for approximately £50. At enrolment, we will take your size and we will actually order this for you. Your steel toe cap boots, however, will need to be purchased by yourself, and these are widely available for approximately £25. For our level 3 BTEC students, they will require an ebook, which will cost approximately £15. All of our students will need to purchase either a tie or neck scarf for classroom days, and this is approximately £6. We do have a professional dress code at the college, so therefore individuals are expected to come in professional smart business wear at all times when they are studying in the classroom. Next slide, please. Since opening in 2018, we have seen a huge amount of success amongst our trainees. And here are some of our top tips to ensuring that you can be just as successful if you join us at Stansted Airport College. It's important to be professional at all times. You never know, your future employer could be visiting the college, and first impressions always count. And we do really have a huge amount of employers that are continuously visiting the college and coming to see our trainees and apprentices in action. It's important to research possible career routes and have a really good understanding of the career that you may want to be progressing into. Dream big and be ambitious. Aviation is global and the opportunities really are endless. Work hard, have fun, and always be the best version of yourself. As well as being an industry where there are fantastic opportunities, it is also a highly competitive industry. Even more reason to always give your very best. And if you ever need any advice or guidance, just ask. There are plenty of people on hand to help you and support you with this. Next slide, please. So the apprenticeship that we currently offer is our aircraft maintenance technician apprenticeship. And the delivery model will depend on the employer that you secure a job with. The programs vary from 3 to 4 years. Some programs involve full-time attendance in college for the first year of the program. Other employers prefer to have their apprentices in the workplace for 4 days a week, and then they attend college 1 day a week. Either way, they're fantastic programs and pathways, and ultimately at the end of the qualification, you will finish with a job within the aircraft industry. It's a great way to actually get involved in the world of work and really understand what happens in the aviation environment. We don't currently have any live vacancies with any employers. However, if you study one of our full-time programs, we can transfer you onto an apprenticeship throughout your program if a vacancy becomes available. On completion of the program, some of our apprentices may also be eligible for a Category A licence, which means they would be able to certify their own work. All of our apprenticeship programs have been approved by the CAA. Next slide, please. Our student services team are on hand to support our students with all aspects of college life. Our STAR agency will provide advice relating to the admissions process. They will offer careers advice, give you support with sourcing work experience, and also offer advice regarding financial support and travel. If you're looking to apply for a bursary, these applications will be made throughout the summer and as part of the enrolment process. Our safeguarding team provides support for any students worried about their own safety or wellbeing. And we have a fantastic learning support team, which provides students with additional learning needs, the support they need to really excel in their chosen programme. Next slide, please. Applications for September are now open, and it's really simple to apply. Just go to our website or your interactive digital full-time course guide that would have been sent to you, and select the course you're interested in, and then simply click on the Apply Now button. Once you've completed the online application form, you will receive confirmation followed by an interview date. Interviews will begin in January. And we look forward to working with you throughout the process to make sure that you're on the right course that is most suitable for your career aspirations. Next slide, please. Please also follow us on social media so you can keep up to date with all the fantastic things that are occurring at the college, and also any apprenticeship vacancies that we do have will be announced here first. Next slide, please. Please remember, if you have any questions, you can ask these now via the Q&A feature. And I'm just going to have a brief look at some of the questions that you've been asking so far. Okay, so one of the questions is, what is the difference between the engineering that we offer at Stansted Airport College and the engineering programme they offer at Harlow College? The primary difference is that our focus is on aircraft maintenance and aircraft engineering and design. At Harlow College, their focus is on a manufacturing programme. So therefore, if you are interested in working within the aircraft or aviation industry, then a course at Stansted Airport College is the one for you. However, the skills that you will learn and the practical hand skills can be transferable to a range of other practical trades, even, for example, motor vehicle. So if you think Stansted Airport College is the place to study, then there is the possibility that you can still progress into other engineering careers after studying a programme with us. Okay, just one more question I think we've got time for. Is it always better to do the level 3 if I get the grades? The level of course that you choose is dependent on your chosen destination and career pathway. If you would like an apprenticeship, then the best route, regardless of grades, is to follow the pre-apprenticeship programme, because you develop the practical hand skills that will be needed for you to move on to an apprenticeship and be effective in the workplace. If you are unsuccessful in securing an apprenticeship, you then do have the opportunity to still complete the level 3 programme as well. And this will just give you even more advantage over other applicants, because you will also have the underpinning theory knowledge as well that's required for that. Okay, I think that's all the questions that I have time for now. So I'd just like to thank you all for listening, and I'll pass you back to Leanne now.
Okay, thank you so much, Wendy. We're now going to move on to our Aviation Operations Open event. And welcome to any new attendees that have joined us today. If anyone that was attending the Engineering Open event has any extra questions, you can still ask those. Just make sure you start your question with the word engineering, so that our engineering team know to answer your question. Welcome everyone, thank you for joining us for our Stansted Airport College Open event. I'm Leanne, I work for marketing, and I'll be overseeing this open event today. And also in the background is my colleague Jasmine, who will be helping me with that. Delivering your Aviation Operations Open event today will be our Aviation Operations team. So how this webinar will work is our presenters will share their information with you. They can't see you, but you should be able to see them alongside any information they wish to share on screen. Our presenters and other attendees can't hear you. However, you will be able to ask questions throughout this webinar using the Q&A feature. If you're using a computer, this will be at the bottom of your screen. If you're using a mobile device, tap the screen and this will appear at the top. Someone will either answer your questions live or answer it on the Q&A feed. Ask your questions as we go along, ask as many as you want, and we will save some time at the end of the subject presentations to answer as many as we can live. Please be aware that your name will appear next to your question, but you can click Ask Anonymously. We are recording this webinar and you will receive an email with a link to the recording. This will also be available on the Stansted Airport College website. I'm now going to hand you over to our Head of College, Wendy, for our Aviation Operations Open event. And don't forget to get sending in your questions.
Firstly, welcome to our first virtual open event of the year. And it's fantastic to see so many of you able to join us tonight. I would like to virtually introduce Ruth Gray, who is the Aviation Manager, and she will be answering your questions in the background via the Q&A feature throughout the course of the evening. Next slide, please. Here at Stansted Airport College, we really do focus on careers and not just courses. All of our programmes are designed in partnership with on-site business partners and employers to ensure that the knowledge and skills that you will develop throughout your programme are the work-ready skills needed for a long and sustainable career within the aviation industry. Next slide, please. Over the next 20 minutes or so, I will be talking to you about our aviation operations programmes, along with our cabin crew and logistics courses. Followed by that will be a presentation on our hospitality and events management programme, if you would like to stay and listen to find out a little bit more about that programme. Next slide, please. Outlined here are just some of the exciting careers that our young trainees may be progressing into on completion of their course. In fact, there are over 400 different job roles within the aviation environment and at the airport. And the knowledge and skills that we will provide young individuals will open doors to a huge range of these different careers. Next slide, please. We offer a variety of programmes to suit individuals' needs, and we align the course with their career aspirations. We offer programmes at level 2 for individuals that don't quite achieve their grade 4s in English and maths. And this is a great entry onto a level 3 programme. You will be required to study your maths and English alongside your main programme. These programmes are 1 year in length, and we offer a programme in logistics, which provides an overview of cargo and logistics operations. It gives you an introduction to customer service within the industry. It looks at marketing. It explores transport operations and how they function, along with a number of other areas relating to the cargo and logistics sector. We work closely with the likes of FedEx and DHL in delivering this programme, and there is increasing demand for young talent in this area, and there really is plenty of job opportunities on completion of the course. It's certainly a growing sector. Secondly, we offer a level 2 programme in aviation environment, and this provides an overview of all the airside and landside operations that occur and take place across the airport. This will cover units such as security, communications, customer service, baggage handling. It explores passenger services, along with environmental impacts. And again, it really does provide a fantastic underpinning knowledge for progression into either the level 3 programme or into work within the airport. Also, the skills that you will learn throughout these programmes are transferable. So if you decide on completion of the course that you'd like to move into another industry, you've got excellent underpinning skills and work ready skills that will ensure you're successful in whatever path you choose to follow. Next slide, please. We offer level 3 programmes as well, and these can be either 1 year or 2 year programmes, again, depending on your career aspirations and your age. Our 2 year extended diploma is the equivalent of 3 A levels, and therefore gives you the opportunity to progress to university. We also offer an optional cabin crew pathway. You would study a level 2 cabin crew qualification alongside an aviation operations programme. This particular pathway is condensed, and we have aligned the end of the programme to match with the recruitment process for a number of the major airlines. So typically our programmes would finish in June. Our cabin crew pathway will be, learners will complete that programme in April, with the aim of moving straight into specific cabin crew training with a specific airline. Entry entry grades for the level 3 programme include 5 GCSEs at grade 5, 4 or higher, and these include English and maths as well. Individuals that choose to study the cabin crew pathway must turn 18 prior to the end of the course, as this is an age limitation placed on us by airlines. It may be more beneficial for some individuals to complete the cabin crew element in the 2nd year of their extended diploma programme. You can also progress onto our level 4 or 5 higher national diploma in international travel and tourism. This is a higher education qualification that is offered straight from Stansted Airport College, and we offer the aviation management pathway. So individuals looking to move into either supervisory or management roles across the airport, it would be a fantastic opportunity for them to study this programme on completion of their level 3 programme. Individuals can also progress into employment either at the end of the first year of their programme or the second year of their programme. And although not at the moment, we're very confident there will be a huge number of jobs available at the airport again on completion of their programme in 2 years' time. Next slide, please. So here's an insight into a typical day at Stansted Airport College. Learners will attend college approximately 3 days a week. We operate a shift pattern with early and late shifts, and although there's only a slight deviation in the times, the start and finish times, it does encourage learners to set alarms at different times and plan different transport routes, which prepares them for when they go to work in a 24/7 operation, which is very commonly found within the aviation environment. Individuals that haven't successfully completed their maths and English at grade 4 or higher will be required to take these. So sessions will run in addition to their standard study programme. You may also be visiting the airports, going on airside bus tours, having tours of hangars, or to one of our private corporate providers to view the private jets. There's often a number of guest speakers as well that also attend the college. We've had talks from RAF pilots, just to mention one. We have a wealth of highly experienced staff that all come to us directly from industry. So they bring a wealth of experience and knowledge and can really relay that to learners. So they get a really good understanding of what it's like to work within the industry. There is an expectation that individuals will complete home study in addition to their 3 days at college to ensure that they complete all of their assignment work and achieve the very best possible grades that they can. Okay, next slide, please. One of the many things that will make your learning experience unique is the focus we place on work-related learning. Individuals will be able to gain real-world work experience in a range of organisations, both landside and airside. We offer support with CV writing and interview techniques. And as well as this, we have support from our on-site business partners in providing mock interviews for our young trainees. Individuals that have the option to develop their employability skills for our tutorial programme. And also we have a very close partnership with Manchester Airport Group and numerous other UK-based aviation organisations that are continuously providing work-related opportunities for our young people. We have a dedicated cabin crew room for practical exercises, enabling us to demonstrate real live practical exercises. And finally, learners may have the opportunity to take part in multi-agency exercises. Last year, our learners were lucky enough to play an active role in an aircraft hijack exercise that was hosted by Stansted Airport Police. Next slide, please. And here are just a few images showing our trainees at work. Next slide, please. We are an Apple Distinguished College, meaning we have been recognised for our excellence in delivering and developing the digital skills of our trainees. All of our classrooms are equipped with Apple TVs, which promotes interactive learning. All of our students are issued with an iPad at enrolment, which gives us the flexibility to adopt a blended learning approach, which is a combination of online and face-to-face learning. Individuals use a variety of different applications to support their learning, one of which is the Shovey app, which is used for downloading delivery material and uploading and marking student work. And we also currently use Teams for our online teaching and learning and group discussions. Our rooms are laid out to promote and enhance collaborative learning and reflect the world of work. Next slide, please. There are a number of costs associated with studying an aviation operations programme at the college. We have a professional dress code, so expect individuals to dress smartly at all times. And they will need to purchase a college tie or scarf, and this is a cost of approximately £6. There is a £50 charge, which is refundable at the end of the course for the iPad. And this is only refundable providing the iPad lead and charger are returned. There's an approximate £50 cost for trips and visits. Any lost ID cards can be replaced for a small fee. And we are a cashless campus, so individuals will need to pay via Wise Pay or using a debit card. Next slide, please. Since opening in 2018, our trainees have experienced a huge amount of success. And here's just a couple of our top tips. Firstly, be ambitious. Dare to dream big. The aviation is a global operation, and the opportunities really are endless. And we provide you the skills for a long and sustainable career within the industry. Work hard, have fun, and believe in yourself. It's a competitive environment, so always make sure that you're offering the very best version of yourself. Next slide, please. We offer apprenticeships in airfield operations. However, we do not currently have any live vacancies with any employers. You will need to have an employer that is willing to offer you a job as an apprentice for you to secure an apprenticeship. If you don't have an employer, don't worry. Please apply for one of our full-time courses where you develop the basic skills and knowledge that will increase your chances of progressing onto an apprenticeship at the end of your programme. Next slide, please. We have a fantastic student services team on hand to support our students with all aspects of college life. The Star Agency will offer support and advice relating to admissions. They can give careers advice, work experience. They can help source work experience, and also provide financial support, and they will offer advice on financial support and travel. They can also support with bursary applications, and this will take place during the enrolment process. Our safeguarding team provides support for any students that are worried about their own safety and well-being. And we have a fantastic learning support team that provides support for students with additional learning needs, ensuring that they're able to be successful on their chosen programme. Next slide, please. Applications for September 2021 are now open, and it's really simple to apply. Please just go to Stansted Airport College, or you can access the application via your interactive digital full-time course guide. Click on the course that you're interested on, and then simply click Apply Now. Once you've completed the application, you will receive confirmation followed by an interview date. Interviews will begin in January. We'll be happy to work with you throughout the process to ensure that you are on the course that is right for you. Next slide, please. Please do follow us on social media so you can keep up to date with all the fantastic opportunities that are available. Next slide, please. If you still have any questions, then you can continue to ask these throughout the evening by clicking on the Q&A feature. I would just like to thank you all for listening today. If you would like to stay with us, our presentation on our hospitality events programme will be starting shortly. Thank you very much once again. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm now going to hand you back to Leanne.
Hi, thank you so much, Wendy. We're going to move on to our hospitality and events management open event now, and welcome to any new attendees that have joined us today. Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us for our Stansted Airport College open event. I'm Leanne, I work for marketing, and I'll be overseeing this open event today, and also in the background is my colleague Jasmine, who will be helping me with that. Delivering your open event today will be our hospitality and events management team. So how this webinar will work is our presenters will share their information with you. They can't see you, but you should be able to see them alongside any information they wish to share on screen. Our presenters and other attendees can't hear you, however, you'll be able to ask questions throughout this webinar using the Q&A feature. If you're using a computer, this will be at the bottom of your screen. If you're using a mobile device, tap your screen and this will appear at the top. Someone will either answer your questions live or answer it on the Q&A feed. Ask your questions as we go along, and we will save some time at the end of the subject presentations to answer as many as we can live. Please be aware that your name will appear next to your question, but you can click Ask Anonymously. We are recording this webinar and you will receive an email with a link to the recording. This will also be available on the Stansted Airport College website. If you are still with us from our last presentation on aviation operations, if you want to ask any questions, you can, that's absolutely fine. Just make sure you start your question with aviation and then a member of our aviation operations team will answer your question. I'm now going to hand you over to our Head of College, Wendy, for our Hospitality and Events Management Open event. Don't forget to send in your questions using the Q&A feature.
Welcome to our virtual open event this evening. It's great to see so many of you could join us. I would like to firstly virtually introduce you to Stuart, who is our Academy Manager for the Hospitality and Events Management team. He will be working in the background this evening to answer as many of your questions as possible via the Q&A feature. Next slide, please. At Stansted Airport College, we truly do focus on careers and not just courses. All of our programmes are developed in partnership with employers to ensure that our trainees develop the work-ready skills and acquire the knowledge they need to be successful within the hospitality and events management industry. Next slide, please. The next 20 minutes or so, I'll be talking to you about the hospitality and events management programmes that we have on offer at Stansted Airport College. Next slide, please. Here are just some of the exciting careers that our young trainees may be progressing into on completion of their programme with us. Although some entry-level jobs within the hospitality and events management industry are sometimes lowly paid, there is the potential to progress to supervisory and management roles very quickly. So it really is a very exciting industry to move into. Next slide, please. We offer a level 3 qualification in hospitality and events management, and we have both 1 and 2 year programmes. Our 2-year programme is the extended diploma in hospitality and event management, and this is the equivalent of 3 A-levels, meaning that individuals can progress onto university to study either a programme in event management or another course of their choice. Individuals will complete the 90 credit diploma in year 1, and if successful, they can then progress onto the full extended diploma in year 2 of the programme. We're also currently in the process of launching a level 2 hospitality programme for individuals that aren't successful in achieving their grade 4 in Maths and English qualifications. Entry requirements for the level 3 programme include 5 GCSEs at grade 4 or higher, and these must include English and Maths. Next slide, please. Completing a hospitality and events management programme with us really does open a number of doors for you. You can progress into employment within the hospitality sector, or you can progress to university, as already mentioned. We also offer a high national diploma in international travel and tourism at Stansted Airport College. And this is either a 1 or 2 year programme that individuals can complete once they've finished their level 3 programme. You can also progress on to apprenticeships within the hospitality industry and also into long-term work placements or volunteering roles. Next slide, please. The course really does give you a broad range of sectors to explore across the hospitality and events management industry. And the fantastic news is that a number of these areas of study provide individuals with transferable skills that can give open doors to individuals outside of the hospitality and events management industry if they choose to on completion of the course. Examples of some of the area of studies: individuals will be involved with planning an event, organising the event, and then actually delivering the event. There's areas of study also include customer service, personal selling, supervisory skills, human resources, and recruitment and selection, just to mention a few. We also ensure that all individuals leave us with a food safety level 2 certificate. A number of individuals, once they acquire this qualification, are able to go and work part-time within the industry alongside their course. Next slide, please. Here's an insight into a typical day at Stansted Airport College for a hospitality and events management learner. You'll be focusing on various skills and activities throughout the day. Individuals will typically attend 3 days a week in college, and there's an expectation that they will complete coursework and assignment work outside of their college contact days. We do also have some individuals that will work within the industry on a couple of the days outside of their study days. We operate a shift system where we have early and late shifts. Although there's only a slight deviation in the start and finish times, this does encourage learners to set their alarms for different times and also plan different transport journeys, which prepares them for shift patterns that we see in industry, really making learners work ready on completion of their course. The programme is primarily classroom based, although there are a number of practical elements. Whilst you're in the classroom, you may experience discussions with your teachers. There'll be group work, note taking, opportunities for research and sharing ideas. There will also be opportunities to work independently and collaboratively with your peers. Examples of the practical work you may undertake: it could be a food practice, preparation of some food within our skills kitchen, delivering a drink service, or a role play with regards to customer service practicals. There will also be a number of visits from guest speakers in industry and also demonstrations from some of our key business partners. Next slide, please. One of the things that makes Stansted Airport College so unique is the exposure we give our trainees to work-related learning. We have great links to the industry, especially around Stansted and within the airport. The Novotel Hotel has accommodated our learners on work experience. Learners have supported Manchester Airport Group with their employment fairs. Some of our learners are now working at these venues as a result of their work experience or a taster within some of these venues. There's also a number of other part-time work opportunities alongside their course, such as working within the escape lounge or with on-air dining. Next slide, please. So here's a few examples and pictures of our learners in action. You can see in the top pictures individuals that have planned and developed and created an event. And then in the bottom corners, you can actually see some of our learners visiting and attending a breakfast meeting at the Escape Lounge over at Stansted Airport. And they also had a tour of the Escape Lounge as well. Again, giving them a real insight of what it's like to work within the environment. Next slide, please. We have fantastic facilities at the college. We have very modern, bright classrooms, which feature sofa seating and high desks. And all rooms are fully air conditioned and heated. We have state-of-the-art Apple TVs in every classroom and a brand new skills kitchen, which is equipped with the finest equipment. We also have our use of our very own facility over at Harlow College and fully running restaurant. And most sort of important, I think we have our own private jet in our car park. Next slide, please. We are an Apple Distinguished College, and this means that we're recognised for delivering and developing digital skills amongst our trainees. Every trainee will be issued with an iPad when they enrol. This enables us to deliver learning to individuals whenever and wherever. We deliver high quality online lessons, and that's been particularly useful during the current climate where we've been able to continue high quality lessons for individuals so that they are successful in their programmes. The trainees will use their iPads in a variety of different ways. They use a number of different applications to support their learning, one of which is a Shaby application. This enables learners and teachers to communicate, hand out work, upload work, and mark and grade work. We use Microsoft Teams for our learners and teachers to deliver online classes and group meetings and group discussions when they're required to study from home. And we also utilise the Planet eStream platform, where trainers and teachers can upload video recordings explaining content and tasks that need to be completed by learners from home. Next slide, please. There are a number of course costs that are associated with studying at Stansted Airport College on a hospitality and events management programme. The college does have a professional dress code, so all of our trainees are expected to dress in professional business wear. In addition to this, they will need to purchase either a college tie or scarf, and this is mandatory as part of the college dress code, and this is a cost of approximately £6. There is also a £50 refundable deposit for the iPad, and providing the iPad lead and charger is returned at the end of the course, this money will be returned. There is a cost of approximately £100 for trips and visits. However, this may be significantly less. There is a small charge for any lost ID cards, and for our hospitality and events learners, as part of completing the practical elements of the course, they are required to wear chef's uniforms, and there is a cost of £89 for these uniforms. Next slide, please. Since opening in 2018, our trainees have seen a huge amount of success, and here are just some of our top tips to ensure that you're able to have the same success when you choose to study at Stansted Airport College. Have a keen interest in hospitality and events management. Be ambitious and dare to dream big. Hospitality is global and the opportunities really are endless. Always dress smartly. Your next employer may be one of our regular visitors to the college. And always work hard, have fun, and believe in yourself. Although there are endless opportunities, it's also a competitive industry. So always be the very best version of yourself. Next slide, please. We offer a range of different apprenticeships within the hospitality industry. However, we do not currently have any employers that are offering to take on apprentices, but do keep an eye on social media and on our website for any live vacancies that may become available. In the meantime, apply for one of our full-time courses, and if any vacancies become available in the meantime, we can always transfer you onto an apprenticeship if you are successful in securing an employer. Next slide, please. We have a fantastic student support team on hand to support our students with all aspects of college life. Our STAR agency can help with admissions, careers advice. They help to support you in finding work experience placement. They offer advice on financial support and travel information. Bursary applications will be made during the enrolment process in August, and our careers advisors are working closely with schools to provide you with progression advice. Our safeguarding team provides support for any learners that are worried about their own safety or wellbeing, and an excellent learning support team provides support for students with additional learning needs, ensuring they are still able to access our programs and be highly successful on those programs. Next slide, please. Applications for September 2021 are now open, and it's really simple to apply. Go to our website, or you can access the course link via your interactive digital full-time course guide. Select the course you're interested in and select the Apply Now button. It's as simple as that. Once you've completed your application, you will receive confirmation followed by an interview date. We're looking to start our interviews from January, and this will be an opportunity for you to have further conversations with our delivery team regarding what is the best possible pathway for you based on your individual needs. Next slide, please. Please do follow us on social media, where you can keep up to date with all the exciting things that are happening at the college. Next slide, please. Remember, if you do have any more questions, you can ask these now via the Q&A feature. I'm just going to take a brief look at some of the questions that we've had so far. So one of the questions is, how will I complete the work? Is it written or done online? So the majority of your work will be completed on your iPad. However, if you do have access to either a laptop or computer at home, you can also complete your learning via those means. The fact that everything is online and web-based means that you can access from different devices. There will also be some practical observations as well that will be undertaken as part of your programme. The majority of the course is assignment-based, which means for each unit that you will study, you will have a number of different assignments that you will need to meet. The assignments are graded as pass, merits or distinctions. Okay, I'll take one more question. Can I take more than one course while at Stansted Airport College? The study programmes are the equivalent to A-levels, and the size of the programme often means that you can only study one programme at a time, unless you are doing one of our aviation operations programmes, where there may be an additional cabin crew qualification that you can do in partnership with that. As part of your hospitality and events management programme, there may be smaller bite-sized qualifications that you could do, such as food safety or alcohol licensing. However, these are only very small programmes, and you wouldn't be able to study more than one of the larger level 3 extended diploma programmes. Okay, I think that's all the time we have left now for questions. So I will just like to thank you all once again for joining us, and I'm just going to hand you back to Leanne.
Thank you everyone for joining us today. Thank you, Wendy, for presenting. You were great. We hope you've got a lot out of our open event today. Our online applications are now open, so head over to our website to apply online today. We are going to stick around for an extra 5 or 10 minutes or so. If you still have some burning questions that you would like to ask us, please pop them in the Q&A feature. As I said, we'll be around for another 5 or 10 minutes to answer any of those questions. We will drop you an email with this session recording, and we would really appreciate it if you could spend a couple of minutes filling out our survey so we can continue to improve this service. Thank you, and we hope you have a great evening.